What's going on, everybody? This is Marcus. Before I get started, I want to thank you guys so much for your support. It really means a lot to me, and you guys mean so much to me. From the bottom of my heart, I love y'all so much, and thank you for your support. For those who are new to my channel, and for those who are seeing it for the first time, make sure you like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel, and make sure you hit that bell to enable notifications whenever I drop a video. And we're going to always keep this thing rolling. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers and higher, and with you guys' support and feedback, it definitely means a lot to me. I wouldn't be able to do this without you guys, so thank you all so much for your support. Let's talk about the Fantastic Four official casting announcement. So we do know that D23, which is of course D23, is around the corner, and they're going to reveal a lot of cool stuff. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing that too. So we pretty much got several reveals at SDCC, but we'll definitely get more reveals as D23 rolls around the corner. So we do know that the big three for Phase 6 is going to be the Fantastic Four, Avengers Kang Dynasty, and Avengers Secret Wars. So those are the big three for sure. So we're definitely going to see what's going to happen and what other cool reveals are going to reveal at Disney 23. So we're supposed to be getting a new director as well, and Matt Shakman is actually rumored to be the set director. So we know that Jon Watts have stepped down after he finished Spider-Man No Way Home, although he said he was taking a break. But if he does decide to come back, that'll be pretty awesome too. But also, Spider-Man No Way Home, best movie of all time, of course, even though I've seen every MCU movie ever. But Spider-Man No Way Home is definitely the best ones for sure. But basically, as far as everything else goes, we could be seeing like different villains and villains from the comics that can show up, even though Dr. Doom is definitely rumored to show up at Wakanda Forever as basically being the mastermind pulling behind the strings of the war between the Wakandians and the Atlanteans. And then on top of that, Doom also teamed up with Namor as well, especially in the comics. So I think they're going to definitely bring that into the MCU as well, if Doom is the perpetrator behind the war between the Wakandians and the Atlanteans in Wakanda Forever. So it's definitely going to be something else for sure. But as far as Fantastic Four goes, it's definitely going to be really cool. They can bring in other villains as well to pretty much be the bad guys, so it's definitely pretty awesome for sure. But other than that, it's going to be a 3-day weekend event. It's taking place on September 9th, 10th, and 11th. So definitely excited to see what kind of news they're going to bring. So I'm definitely going to be covering it, so I'm definitely excited to pretty much bring more details about that. So it's definitely going to be awesome. So I got Warren Thompson from Cosmic Wonder. He was talking about the exact same thing. So without further ado, let's get right into it.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Cosmic Wonder. I'm your host, Warren Thompson, and today we have some very, very exciting Fantastic Four news. We're going to be talking about a brand new report today, and we're also going to be talking about the upcoming D23 Expo held by Disney, where we should be getting a lot of Marvel content, including possibly an announcement for the Fantastic Four cast. Now, at this year's San Diego Comic-Con, Kevin Feige revealed that the Fantastic Four is going to be kicking off the MCU's Phase 6 on November 8th, 2024. So we basically have pretty much 2 years to go. However, Marvel Studios has actually been working on the Fantastic Four for quite some time now. Marvel Studios over a year ago announced that director Jon Watts, the director of the Spider-Man Homecoming trilogy and recently Spider-Man No Way Home, which is one of the biggest box office movies of all time, was supposed to direct Fantastic Four. They announced that he would be directing the movie. However, after Spider-Man No Way Home came out, Jon Watts backed down because he needed a break from superhero movies. And he made one of the biggest movies of all time, Spider-Man No Way Home, and leading up to that had to be stressful with people like me leaking just about every detail of the movie. But one can understand how
all the leaks though, like so many leaks.
After directing a crazy awesome franchise. But now we have news that a new director has been chosen from Marvel Studios, and it actually lines up with some other rumors that we've heard recently. Now, a lot of people have been reporting on this today. However, a few days ago, the Direct actually reported on this rumor first. I believe they were first, at least. On August 24th, they said, according to the Direct sources, Wandavision director Matt Shakman is signed on to direct Marvel Studios' Fantastic Four, hitting theaters on November 8th, 2024. Shakman will replace Spider-Man director Jon Watts at the helm following his departure from the project in April 2022. Now, I actually think that Matt Shakman is a really good choice. I think he would be
so
great
too.
at directing the Fantastic Four. I think Wandavision was amazing. It's one of my favorite Disney Plus shows.
Matt Shakman also directed Fargo, Game of Thrones. He also directed It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia and WandaVision too. So it's like 4 of my favorite shows all rolled into one. So he'll definitely be a good choice for sure.
That alongside of Loki, of course, and a lot of people really liked WandaVision. Now, of course, the Fantastic Four is going to be a very different movie, and of course, they're going to have writers assigned to write the movie as well, so it's not just going to be Matt Shakman. But as far as the direction goes, I think he's a pretty good choice. Now, today, other outlets are reporting on this news as well. Deadline reported this morning, after playing a big part in helping launch the Marvel Studios limited series WandaVision, Matt Shakman may be ready to help launch one of the studio's prized movie properties. Sources tell Deadline that Shakman is in early talks to direct Marvel's new Fantastic Four pick. Rumors have been running rampant in recent weeks that he was in the mix for the job, and insiders are now telling Deadline that while a formal offer hasn't been presented, early discussions have begun and that things are headed in the right direction. Marvel Studios President Kevin Feige is producing. Marvel could not be reached for a comment. So this further backs up the Direct's report that Matt Shakman is indeed going to be the director of the Fantastic Four movie. Now here's something that is really, really interesting, and we are going to be talking about the cast of the Fantastic Four and D23 in just a bit. But earlier on in the year, when Jon Watts stepped down from directing the Fantastic Four, Deadline actually reported that they would be shocked if a choice is made before Labor Day, referring to a new director for the Fantastic Four. However, Labor Day is September 5th, so we are before Labor Day, so it seems like Marvel Studios has made their choice before Labor Day, and this is a good sign. 2 reasons it's a good sign. One is that if they are making this decision before Labor Day, they must feel really, really good about Matt Shakman directing the new Fantastic Four in the MCU. Obviously, they have met with him. He shared his vision for the movie, Marvel shared their vision for the movie, and they both are kind of on the same page and like the direction that Matt Shakman would take the film. They clearly liked it a lot if they've pretty much made their decision before Labor Day. And that's awesome. That means Marvel has faith in him, so hopefully the movie is going to be fantastic under his direction. But here's something else that is really, really exciting. It seems like Marvel Studios wanted to make a decision before D23. Now, I briefly stated this before, but if you're not familiar with what the D23 Expo is, it's a 3-day event held by Disney where there are different companies inside of them, like Marvel Studios, Lucasfilm, Pixar, etc., get their own panels and get their own time to talk about current and future projects.
Right.
It's pretty much like a panel at San Diego Comic-Con, although I believe
I've done
Marvel
panels,
Studios
they're
gets
fun.
a little bit
They're
more
super
time
fun.
at D23. But essentially, we get the same reveals, and we're hoping and we're assuming that we're going to get the entirety of Phase 6 revealed. At SDCC, they revealed all of Phase 5, but only a little bit of Phase 6. But we assumed that they were only going to reveal a part of it because they have to release more things at D23 to make D23 exciting. And of course, we're looking forward to the new titles that haven't been announced yet. However, there is a possibility that they could give us more information about the Fantastic Four, because it does seem like Marvel Studios wanted to lock down the director before D23 happened so they could possibly make an announcement. This is a great sign, but here's the other thing. The Fantastic Four is Kevin Feige's baby.
Right.
He has stated many, many times how important Marvel's first family is to him. So he's been working on this for a while, and he's going to be making sure this movie is done right. And there's only about 2 years left until the movie, which means they could have already actually cast some actors as part of the Fantastic Four. They could actually already have the villain for the Fantastic Four film as well. And since Marvel had Jon Watts directing the film over a year ago and now has Matt Shakman about to jump on the project, I'm assuming they have a general outline of what the story is actually going to be in the film. So I'm sure they know who the villain is going to be, and I'm sure they know, or at least have a general idea, of the actors they want to play these roles, and I'm sure that they've already talked to them about it. And one thing that's pretty cool and also very interesting is that it seems like if Kevin Feige Feige comes across somebody who is perfect for a particular role, he will give them that role right then and there.
That's true.
For example, I once interviewed Trin Tran, an executive producer at Marvel Studios, and I talked about the first time that she met with Haley Steinfeld about the role of Kate Bishop.
I love
Her
Haley
and Kevin
Steinfeld.
Feige met
Oh my
with
gosh,
her
that's my
one
girl.
single time, and in that meeting, Kevin Feige offered her the role of Kate Bishop because she was perfect. They didn't meet with anybody else. So if
My
Kevin
girl.
Feige meets with somebody and determines that they are perfect for a role, he will give them that role. And since Kevin Feige has been focused on the Fantastic Four for a very long time now, I'm talking years, I'd actually be shocked if he hasn't picked the cast for the Fantastic Four yet. Now, I'm not really assuming they're going to present us with the cast of the Fantastic Four at D23. However, we know that they needed to save some pretty big announcements for D23. And at SDCC, they announced some major projects, like the release date for the Fantastic Four, and of course, Avengers The King Dynasty and Avengers Secret Wars. Those are huge announcements.
Yeah.
So it makes you wonder what announcements could be coming at D23. And in my mind, I think that if Marvel Studios wants to announce something big, it would be the cast of the Fantastic Four. Now, of course, we're going to get an announcement for things like Deadpool 3 and hopefully a Mutants project. Fingers crossed on that one, but I wouldn't be surprised if we get the director announcement and maybe even some type of a casting announcement. But that is no way confirmed. That is just my opinion. Just connecting the dots here. But either way, we know Marvel Studios has some pretty big announcements in line for us at D23. So let me know what you would like to see from D23 in the comments down below. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the...
I also want to point out too, there's been talks about Spider-Man joining the Fantastic Four in their movie, so there could be a cameo of a Spider-Man interacting with Fantastic Four, which that will actually be so suitable because that's exactly what he did in his first issue after Amazing Fantasy in 1962, where he actually did attempt to join the Fantastic Four to pretty much spread his name and to get like notoriety like the Fantastic Four at the same time. So it's going to be pretty cool to see where they're going to go with this as well, because there's been talks about Tom Holland making a cameo as well. Well, that's going to be pretty awesome. But yeah, I can definitely see Matt Shakman being the director for Fantastic Four, and it looks as though that's definitely going to happen, but I'm sure Kevin Feige is definitely going to announce that soon, especially at D23. If they actually do announce it there, it should be pretty awesome as well. But it's fantastic, so it's definitely going to be incredible. But there's so many villains they can actually do bring in, especially for the Fantastic Four Rogue Gallery, especially if they want to go on the cosmic scale, like for example bring in Blastar, the living weapon, or they can bring in someone from the negative zone like Annihilus. That'll definitely be a good one for sure. Or especially if you can bring in the Mole Man. The Mole Man would be a good example as well, because that was their first villain when the Fantastic Four came out in 1962 as well. So bringing the Mole Monster and the Mole Man, guiding the Mole Monster, so that would be pretty awesome for sure. So, but besides the point, I'm definitely excited. It's going to be pretty awesome. So it's going to be incredible to see the Fantastic Four and the X-Men in the MCU, and whatever slots they're going to reveal for Phase 6, I'll definitely keep an eye on that as well. So it's going to be really, really awesome. So I can't wait. It's definitely going to be fantastic, pun intended. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I'm definitely excited. I can't wait to see Fantastic Four, especially being done right in the MCU. The previous Fantastic Four movies were actually pretty good, but considering the fact that the FF is definitely a prominent group in the Marvel Universe, they're definitely going to be done right, and I definitely can't wait to see what Kevin Feige is going to do, given the fact that he's also a Marvel Comics fan like we all are. So it's definitely going to be awesome. So, but I love you guys so much. Continue to spread love, be loved, stay positive, always do good, always do awesome. And if you guys have any questions, just comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. But I love y'all so much. Excelsior. I'll catch y'all on the next one.